What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to WWE 13, the Attitude Era. Today, Monday Night Raw, X-Pac versus The Rock. And I am apparently playing as X-Pac because it is Get The Rock's damage to critical. So, that's happening. Sure. And so I welcome you to a fine Monday here. It's a new day, it's a new week, it's a new month. Yes, it is, having to cut out all these parts of X-Pac's entrance that have actual video because YouTube. Things never change here on YouTube. It's fine. X-Pac
Well, I guarantee you one
it.
thing. This is not a match The Rock planned on. We can thank the new commissioner of WWE, Shawn Michaels, for signing this match.
What do you mean, thank him?
If you hear buzzing in the background, it is Monday morning. There is lawn care every freaking week, man. But I have videos to film, things to do, things to prep. This is the week. On Friday, we have 2K19 is a happening. The Rock
Well, I'll tell
is
you
your
what.
champion.
Anytime I can see a WWE Championship match, I'm for that. And doggone it, X-Pac deserves the opportunity, whether he's Shawn Michaels' friend or not.
You know, I don't think Mr. McMahon makes many mistakes, but I got to go out on a limb here and say he made a mistake hiring Shawn Michaels as the commissioner of the WWE.
The following contests for the WWF Championship. It is Monday. There is Raw this evening, which is the go-home show for the Super Showdown. So I envision much more Braun Strowman and etc., Roman Reigns, etc. You know, much more of the Shield and Braun and the Dogs of War and that whole thing. But we have some news here, some good news for at least someone, in that Maria has been cleared to return to the ring before Evolution happens, which that was the thing. She was training to get back into the ring back in August and managed to break her wrist. And apparently she is now clear to return to the ring, and we have another, 4 weeks now until Evolution? 3 weeks? Something like that? It's the end of the month, so we'll see how that goes. But then, with her being cleared, after obviously having the kid and then breaking her wrist and everything else, and with Mike being cleared, they can have them back on TV, right? Right? That whole thing kind of got totally sideways because of all the things that had happened with those two. And I'm not sure that I like X-Pac's jumping, flipping deal, because I have no meter. I have no meter with the X-Pac. Not good. I gotta get Rock's damage to critical and finisher and pin the man, and I'm already busted open. Because the Rock don't play, jabroni. Anyway, if you get the chance to watch anything from last night's reverse a move, X-Pac, Jesus. Anything from last night's New Japan Fighting Spirit Unleashed, I would say definitely watch the Marty Scurll Will Ospreay match, because good God, those guys are not going to make it that much longer. They are just taking unbelievable risks in that ring, and it is extraordinarily impressive. Like, I don't know that Will's going to make it to 30 in the ring, but man, it is fun to watch. There were some amazingly fluid high spots in that match, which were just almost inhuman. So, if you enjoy that kind of thing, then go check that out if you get the chance. Anyway, so once we get past Super Showdown this weekend, then the next event is going to be Evolution. And then right after that is Crown Jewel, right? So, I would imagine on TV, we're going to see a lot of those two things, obviously at the same time, being built towards, which is fine. But man, it still feels like Evolution is 100% there to exist because people complain so much about the greatest Royal Rumble and not having any of the women at that show. Sounds like, well, they had their own show 5 days ago, and therefore, that's fine. I'm like, that's not really fine, you guys. That's not really solving the problem as it is, saying, oh, here's our plausible deniability for this issue with the very progressive nation of Saudi Arabia. So it's not really solving anything. I'm sorry, it's just not. It's just not. X-Pac, that spin kick. The Rock now has that light damage. And then here we go. Boom. Moderate. He's moderate, so I'm not going to pin him now because he's only moderate. So there is that. But you have to wonder, once we get past Super Showdown, will the rumored women's tag team titles actually be introduced and exist in some form or fashion? That's my question, right? Because that was the rumor. When they announced Evolution, there was more than one announcement, and the other one was those women's tag team titles that would be defended on 3 different brands, on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And that'd be cool. I'd be down for that, right? But, again, we don't know what the deal is with that. And I'm hoping they have that announced and then build toward a tournament for that, because that'd be really cool. I always enjoy a good tournament, so that would be exceptional. Wonderful, if you will. Alright, so Rock, get up. Rock, get down. Boom. And then pin. And then what? What the hell was that, Rock? I'm gonna do it again now. Because, no. Oh yeah, sure, fine, sure. Oh.
Damn it! What's Shawn Michaels doing?
The corporate kid.
What the hell? What the hell? What did he do? Shawn Michaels just, my God, don't tell me that just happened.
Well, maybe he didn't mean it.
Oh, hell yes, he meant it. Shawn Michaels just knocked out X-Pac.
Everybody got a price. Everybody got a price for Mr. McMahon. And we cleared the Great One scenario. Which brings us to Mankind. And Mankind versus The Rock. Perform the Mandible Claw on The Rock. So back to those tag team titles, right? I feel like the only kind of wrench in that is that it felt like they were going to build toward Sasha and Bayley being, the top contenders to win that supposed rumored tournament. But with Sasha out with an undisclosed injury, does that kind of screw that whole thing up, Because we still have no idea just what in the blue hell is wrong with Sasha, and will she be in ring shape for Evolution or not? I guess is a big, big question going into that show. Now then, once we get past Evolution, once we get past Crown Jewel 5 days later, P.S., the whole point of this whole dual-branded pay-per-views was to reduce the amount of pay-per-views. And we're still getting 2 this month and 2 next month, which is a little crazy, right? So there's that. But once we get past those 2 things, then, my friends, is that Shane? Then, my friends, we are on the road to Survivor Series at the end of November, right? And at that point, things should be back to normal because there's going to be that, and then TLC in December. So back to a 1 per month dual-branded pay-per-view, which should be fine, hopefully. Hopefully. Because, man, having to have multiple shows on these things just make everything feel real disjointed. I don't like it. I don't like it, right? So there is that, but here's the question I have, right? Because they've gotten rid of the single-brand pay-per-views, and we have these dual-branded pay-per-views, then that makes every show dual-branded, right? And last year, the whole thing was, alright, Survivor Series. The only time of year that Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head. Like, okay. And that to me says, are you going to have the same format as you had last year? Where no titles got defended last year because they had each champion fight the other champion, right? And they had your Raw vs. SmackDown team matches, which is fine. Like, I like those. But every other match was a champion versus a champion between your world, your mid-card, your ladies, that kind of thing, right? And that being the case, I would say they might just keep the belt on Becky. Because number 1, you could book Becky and Ronda as armbar versus armbar. That'd be cool. And number 2, they're definitely building toward an eventual Ronda and Charlotte at Mania, which you wouldn't want to spoil at Survivor Series. That would be just, not a good look, right? If you're saving it for your big on the grand stage of them all, you wouldn't have it at your show in November. You would have it next year in April, right? So, but again, that's only if they have the same format as last year, which was Raw vs. SmackDown, all the champions fight the champions. We'll see. Will AJ Styles still be champion then, and would he fight Roman Reigns? And I'm assuming Roman Reigns would still be champion next month. That's just my assumption about the big dog, right? So there is that bit of business. But no, they could totally have it different. They could totally change it up. But we shall see. But yes, looking forward to getting back to normal here in terms of your pay-per-view kind of stuff, because it's been a little ridiculous. That was pretty bad there. Pretty bad. Oh, Samoan drop. Again, from the People's Champion. Really, Rock? Really? We got Vince and Shane at ringside here, which is a little much. A little much for Mankind. Like, what do you think he's going to do? Besides, beat The Rock. Or get screwed out of the belt. Because, you know, he didn't win until Raw. Like, that, we know he doesn't win here because his first win was on Raw. That was the put the butts in the seats moment. When everyone turned the channel, and that turned the tides of the Monday Night War. Or at least that's what they will tell you over and over again in video packages and whatnot. Also, Rock, enough with your nuff things and stuff. Clothesline out of the corner. Time for a signature. I don't know what it is, but we're going to find out here. Or not. Or apparently not. Nope. Do it again. Do it again. One of these. There we go. There we go. Pile driver. Boom! Busted him open on a pile driver. Hit that mandible claw. There we go. Just instant sock on the hand. It's Mr. Sucko! And then cutscene. There's non-title.
However, the only way to become a WWE champion is by pinfall or submission. And since The Rock did not tap out or did not say I quit, still your WWE champion, ladies and gentlemen,
The Rock. Oh, there we go. Ah, right in his stinking mouth.
Mr. McMahon is tasting Sucko.
Sucko!
Help him. Here comes the rest of the corporation. Yes, yes. King, this should have been the greatest moment in Mick Foley's career.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
He had the WWE Championship ripped from him. Now he's getting attacked by Boss Man and Shamrock.
Where's the Union?
This is despicable. It was a legitimate mandible claw. It was a lifelong dream of Mick Foley's to win the WWE Championship. And once again, the owner of this company has stuck it to Mick Foley.
I thought I busted The Rock open with that pile driver. What happened? Where's the blood? Come on, video game. What the hell? Which means that tomorrow is Mankind versus Kane. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day, man. See you next time, right here on this channel. And I'm out.